the Emperor's damnation. In the Space Marines, the angels of death. What is it to be a Space Marine? It is to be pure, to be strong, to show no pain, no mercy, no remorse, no remorse. What is it to be pure? To know no fear. It is denies faith. Heresy grows from idleness. To admit defeat is to blaspheme against the Emperor. For those who seek perfection, there can be no rest on this side of the grave. Even a man who has nothing can still offer his life. The man who has nothing can still have faith. Success is measured in blood, yours or your enemies. For the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor. This is the hope of movement. This is the hope made to the throne. This is the hope of Blackthrone. There's only war. Is your duty? What is the Emperor's will? If we fight and die. What is death? Your death. What is it that gives us purpose? What is it that gives the war purpose? Vanquish the foes of Himmler. The heretic, the alien, the mutant, the heretic, the alien, the mutant. What is it to be an enemy of the Emperor? Is to be dead. What is it to be the instrument of the Emperor's damnation? In the Space Marines, the angels of death. What is it to be a Space Marine? It is to be pure, to be strong, to show no pain, no mercy, no remorse, no remorse. What is it to be pure? To know no fear. It denies faith. Heresy grows from idleness. To admit defeat is to blaspheme against the Emperor. For those who seek perfection, there can be no rest on this side of the grave. Even a man who has nothing can still offer his life. The man who has nothing can still have faith. Success is measured in blood, yours or your enemies. For the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor. This is the hope of movement. This is the hope made to the throne. This is the hope of Blackthrone. There's only war. Is your duty? What is the Emperor's will? If we fight and die. What is death? Your death. What is it that gives us purpose? What is it that gives the war purpose? Vanquish the foes of Himmler. The heretic, the alien, the mutant, the heretic, the alien, the mutant. What is it to be an enemy of the Emperor? Is to be dead. What is it to be the instrument of the Emperor's damnation? In the Space Marines, the angels of death. What is it to be a Space Marine? It is to be pure, to be strong, to show no pain, no mercy, no remorse, no remorse. What is it to be pure? To know no fear. It denies faith. Heresy grows from idleness. To admit defeat is to blaspheme against the Emperor. For those who seek perfection, there can be no rest on this side of the grave. Even a man who has nothing can still offer his life. The man who has nothing can still have faith. Success is measured in blood, yours or your enemies. For the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor, for the Emperor. This is the hope of movement. This is the hope made to the throne. This is the hope of Blackthrone. There's only war. Is your duty? What is the Emperor's will? If we fight and die. What is death? Your death. What is it that gives us purpose? What is it that gives the war purpose? Vanquish the foe.
Finally, it has come, that which we feared most. You told me a long time ago, old friend, one must always leave one's mark upon a plan. Without a signature, a plan is meaningless. One must devote oneself to it, utterly, with total conviction. I have lain my hand upon this plan, this terminus decree, this fail-safe. I pray it will never return. For when it returns, the galaxy will never be the same again. The fires of war will have been to embers as to what is to come. My sigil rests alongside your own. We have both given ourselves to this. I offer no comfort. Make no mistake, it will return. When it does, when it does, the galaxy will burn in the fires of Blackthrone. Finally, it has come, that which we feared most. You told me a long time ago, old friend, one must always leave one's mark upon a plan. Without a signature, a plan is meaningless. One must...
Unfortunately, gentlemen, once again, against my better judgment, and finally, despite Foundry's best efforts to violently cuck me this evening, we are live. Hello and welcome to Tetradur's RPG, where the table may be virtual, but you are most certainly welcome at it. We are back with Warzone Blackthrone, the Salvation story arc. Now, where we left off, the player characters, our party, had been banned from Earth, the ancestral homeworld of humanity. They had been sent into the stars as outcasts, declared excommunique traitores at the hands of Inquisitor Harkon Castellus from the grave. But they are, to use my favourite word in the English dictionary, indefatigable, undefeated and resolute. It's also the name of the ship from Hornblower. They have taken the word and put trust in perhaps the most unlikely of sources, the Commodore, who has led them to the Conclave, known as the Ambition Conclave, an Eldari raiding station that orbits a black hole in a dead zone in the warp, making it a nigh-on unassailable fortress. Here you came face to face with a number of people who have, in turn, revealed a number of things. The first was a seeming human pirate, whose name I have completely forgotten and will do my best to remember in a bit, who was the former helmsman of Kalim's crew. That helmsman, however, referred to him as Midas, learning his true name from his mistress, the Eldar Farseer, who has hounded this party since Avalos, making it clear that she despised and was attempting to coerce your sort of sinister ambitions. If you would please turn your attention to Hangout players, the chat, you will see artworks of both this helmsman and Lady Morwenna Le Fay. And apparently Nvidia has just crashed. What a wonderful start. My god, today of all days. I do now realise that the first chap, Kalim's helmsman, does look a bit like Maori.
You're welcome.
But I was about to say, he looks a bit like Maori Billy Colony, if that makes sense.
Wait, that's what the Eldar lady looks like?
And that's what the Eldar lady looks like in bone armor, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Hang on, wait a minute. Hear me out.
Yep.
Fuck's
trading
sake.
over some head.
Wait
Fuck's
a minute,
sake.
we might need to keep her around.
You learnt the name of Morwenna Le Fay was, in fact, Lady Eliza, the Commodore's estranged wife. Now, no one was more surprised by this revelation than Kaleem himself, which is what makes it so funny that he's not here tonight. So we return now to this station, where there is this moment of absolute tension. This Eldar Farseer, you can feel the probing of your minds from her psionic powers. You can see these Eldari Voidsguard raising needle rifles, ready to sort of begin an execution if required. But I will have the Commodore step forwards with his hands raised. Now, my friends, let us not come to blows. Please, hear me out. I know that we are at odds, and I am stood in front of my former crew, many of whom I'm sure have hatred in their hearts for me. Hatred for these humans I bring with me. But my colleagues and my friends, I ask only to speak with Sin Iri, not in a matter of vengeance. I was a very different man back then. So much so I have almost forgotten my entire backstory.
Does this character have a canonically loud voice?
He does. But I have
Sounds
changed.
A little bit like Harkon.
Shh. Pulls off the Mission Impossible mask. It's me!
God damn.
You brought me to where I wanted. But my friends, I have changed. I no longer walk the path of the Dukari. And there's sort of mutters and whispers that go from that. I was trapped in the warp and the world space between. For many years when I was taken by She Who Firsts, only to be used in a demonic ritual where these Astartes and this man saved me. They did not need to. They could have left me chained there to die. I owe them my blood and my blade. So if you will not hear me for me, pray that you hear them for them. But I am now of the Yniad. And again whispers and mutters. So do not parley or treat with this wreck of a man. This man who was a former captain and is no longer a captain again. I am Midas. I am Commodore. But I am no captain. And I do not pretend to be. So, friends, my dear wife, I have many, many apologies to make to you. But they will come with time. There are pressing matters at hand, matters that will break and shake this galaxy beyond its core. We must hear what these Astartes have to say. I offer my blood as tribute to this. If you hear them out and you find them wanting, then have my soul stone. But I believe in the cause of these Astartes, and I am at yours and their mercy. And he takes a step back. If I say another word, they will kill me. One of you must speak.
Ambrose would step forward. To bring my ship into this area of space is a risk that I hesitantly state that I did not wish to take. We would not be here, and no less we would not be here without firing our weapons if the need were not of utmost priority. We wish to secure our Imperium and by extension your own security in order to achieve a lasting victory for all sides here. If you do not wish to listen to us, why did you even board us in the first place?
The Farseer steps forwards, Morwenna. I taste truth on your words. You come here not with raised blades, but understand we are bringing you into our home. Would you do so unarmed, were I to ask it?
I believe that personally, if the peace were to be continued, you would have not boarded my vessel so armed. I would ask that you return the trust that we have not fired upon you for being armed. If we were to retain our defenses, surely that is understandable.
She inclines her head and then clicks her fingers twice. Does anyone here speak Eldari?
I don't think I do.
I'm surprised Fool doesn't. Commodore does, and he can try and translate, but I don't want it just to be me talking to myself all evening, you know?
I can try and find out. I don't think I do.
Have a quick look, just in case.
Oh, my whole keyboard just decided to die.
Would you like me to check? Where on your character sheet would it be?
It would be in notes, and I do not.
God, all of this has changed. It's so fucking weird. Movement, action, default. Oh my god, they changed so much.
But
Brother,
But
they've genuinely changed so much, and it makes me upset. Go on, George. My apologies.
I don't think Thrall would give up his weapon, so I'm gonna try and approach this differently, but more so.
That's exactly what Ambrose has come across as. Like, they came to us armed, and we've not fired upon them.
No, it's more. Can anyone translate? Is my question.
No, don't think I can.
Oh.
Unless lawfully you think I can, but
I think you should. You parlay with Harlequins a lot. I think you know basic Eldari. In which instance, oh, goodness, you would hear her turn, George, and she clicks her fingers twice and goes, Nivresno, Yeremera Korale, Sintumala Commodore Kun. And you roughly, oh my god, it thinks I'm Streamer Steve again. You roughly get a translation of, I have seen them in my dreams, lower your guns. And you see several of the Corsairs place their needle rifles on the ground.
I wish not to ask out of any arrogance, but I'm afraid that my weapons are for other prey, not your lot. I'm sure you understand.
Do you mean your Psyker or your Stormbolter? How do you mean?
He's mean like, actually, sorry, I can't have the conversation. Laura. It's like, are you familiar with my kind, Psyker?
The Knights of Grey are known to me.
And you know what prey that I hunt?
You hunt all Demonata of the war, but I have heard your blade sings true against she who firsts.
Indeed. And with that, I request that I do not be relinquished of my weapons, for I wish not to be caught off guard.
Do you expect to find she who firsts aboard an Eldari way station? For that would be deeply concerning. And you see like a flicker of a smile on her face.
I expect nothing, but I must be prepared for anything. It is not... My weapons are not for you, if that is your worry.
Make a persuasion check for me. DN's going to be 4.
I don't think I can make that, but I will.
I will allow the
roll.
help action. Discern. Why is it doing token?
Is Cadigan? No, Cadigan is not there. Ambrose is there.
Cadigan can be there because I said everyone was in a sense there. Like even Reed and the others are there, aren't they?
I will. It's the same stat either way. Ambrose will provide the help action to Brother Thule. Simply
Okay.
state.
How many extra dice?
2 extra dice, and provide the help by iterating. We are catered towards the demonic. It would be a true concern should there be a presence aboard your station. I offer you oath of this captain that we will not raise our weapon as you have not raised yours. But you will retain them, and so shall we.
What? How many am I adding? Did you say, Liam?
2.
Okay, my my 3 key doesn't work. Damn it!
St. George.
You've got to stop beating off onto your keyboard, dude.
Shut up!
This is a problem.
Stop
Man needs to
instigating.
clean his keys.
That keyboard nutter butter.
He's
you can stop me.
crusty.
None of you can stop me.
Jesus. I know you like the token artworks, but come on.
My bro's gooning on the mechanical switches.
I can roll 4 dice
Jesus.
to get 4. Could you roll for me, Bob? Would I assume Lawmaster would not apply here?
No, we're not. This is a persuasion roll. Oh my god, you're 1? Christ. And 3 extra dice from Liam. Oh shit, ignore that.
You use glory.
You could use glory if you want.
Do we have glory?
Oh no, that's left over from last week.
Never mind.
Alright, let's roll it. That is only 1 off, George.
Fuck it, yeah. Wrath reroll that shit. Give me a second.
Alright, my apologies, by the way, to anyone watching stream for the sake of the fact that I can't get it to bring up anything on stream. I'm afraid it's still a fail, George. But Morwenna goes, I concur. Leave your glaive and unload your bolter. But I cannot take the powers of the mind from you, so it is hardly like you are unarmed, Knight of Grey.
He is definitely unhappy about this. There's a... You'll find somewhere like where he can actually leave it. 'Cause he's not certain as to where he can put it. I guess to a nearby mortal surf or something.
Yeah.
He'll
Brother Thule, you have the quartermaster's assistant.
She turns to you. So do you follow the what you're being ordered, basically?
He's gonna wait to see how this plays out, but if push comes to shove, he will give his equipment to the quartermaster.
Okay. It will be, I'm afraid, a push comes to shove scenario. You guys are walking, like I say, gorillas with guns. They're not taking any chances.
There's just the powering down of the force sword given to the and then there's like the heavy racking off the storm bolter. He's not removing it from his wrist because that would take too much time.
Yeah, no, she said just unload it.
Yeah, just the long chain of bullets is catch. As he gives to the quartermaster.
Takes
Roll
it.
damage.
So, you board onto this featherweight shuttle, and it is like stepping onto bone. Oh, you okay, darling? Well, that's not good. Katie casually breaking our computer screens. With this... Oh, hello. Bob changed his name to Streamer Steve by default, so it works. Alistair. Yes, it was Alistair. Thank you. That was Kaleem's first mate. Thank you, Novo. Bit of a sticky situation. Your most of the audio is based anyway, so okay, cool. Just making sure. Novo's brilliant. As I'm going to just put the chat up there so I can see it more often. Also, the other day with Star Wars, we had, because the stream broke, we did our first episode of eventually Late Night Ramblings, the podcast I want to do with you guys, talking about characters and stuff. Novo's questions were fantastic. So if we get the chance, we might do that again sometime. You know, just talking about character development. It was really fun. Honestly, Novo is like, if we ever made it big, remember your first fan, you know? He's top bloke. But she leads you onto this, yes, Liam, thank you. She leads you onto the shuttle. And as it sort of begins to lift off, it is horrible to be on. This sort of lightweight, lighter than air. Ooh, there's none of the grinding, none of the breaking, the screaming or the bullying of the void that the sort of you're used to with the vessels of the Imperium. Instead, it just moves like water.
I think just to be like reasonable, Cadogan would go, Ambrose would not. He is the captain of the ship, and he will not leave it.
And let me
Especially here.
Get rid of Ambrose off the next map then. Okay, do that. As you step onto the ship, a few people obviously do come with you. You see Inquisitor Reed obviously steps up and joins. Calliope stays behind, but Reed has brought a bodyguard with her. And you see Morwenna physically recoils and steps back and, like, painful to look at, as Grimly steps onto the shuttle with his hand scratching behind the ears of the Fenrisian wolf Gristle.
Like, when she's... Oh, sorry, Brian, you first.
I was just gonna say, who is she referring to?
To Grimly.
Interesting.
With Thrall will try looking at Grimly, because there's...
You start to get a migraine. And you see on Grimly's armor, he's still wearing his Avalosian, like, full plate, right? Because they were kind of like a feudal guard aesthetic. So he's still wearing his sort of full plate armor from the Avalosian guard. But you can see, etched into the rim of, like, the greaves and the pauldrons, you would recognize Fenrisian runes. He is wearing essentially Aether rune armor, what would be referred to in rules as Aether armor. Makes him a little more dislikable to the warp.
Thrall is actually gonna like examine the Farseer for a second, with what he does know of Eldar and their kind of culture. So, just going by process of elimination, he knows that the Drukhari don't wear soul stones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He knows that the Craftworld do.
Yeah.
But this one's a Psyker. Drukhari don't make Psykers.
You would also see she has a soul stone inbuilt into her armor around her neck.
Ah, I see. So, okay. Thrall is going to, like, kind of as we're making the journey, if it's okay for me to ask.
Absolutely.
So, I see you wear the soul stone. You from a particular craft world.
No, it is long gone. I am what my people refer to as an exodite. My craft road did not heed my warnings and burned in the birth of she who fell.
Which does make me wonder, how is it common for ceremonies to be conducted between the Eldari and the Drukhari?
The Our sadistic cousins are far from allies of ours, but I'm sure even an Imperial can understand at least they're the same species. Not easy, is it, in this galaxy?
Her comment alone would date her over 10,000 years old, right?
Mm-hmm. She's from one of those. She's an Eldar Exodite. Yeah, we're talking. She's a boss fight if you ever want one. Don't, but she's a boss fight if you ever want one.
Cadigan will kind of snort at her comment, just referring, because he would have faced at least some level of Drakari threat in his years of fighting demons. At least the Eldari have a concept of class. The Drukari, less so.
I find them rather distasteful, I must admit. The Drukari continue to live as our species did long ago before the fall, and in doing so they attempt to appease the unappeasable. I fled to a planet that my people made their home and tamed. There we have been protected by the eternal tide. But things have changed. Life has changed. The galaxy has changed. And there is no longer the comfort of ignorance. We must, once again, re-emerge.
Before you spoke of dreams, am I to assume that you are practiced in divination?
I am practiced in many of the arcane arts and the runes of seeing. But yes, the future and the past and the tandem in between are my particular guises.
And I suppose you're not willing to share what such secrets, given the nature of them.
She pauses, like a pregnant pause, a very... Why is Foundry being so fucking difficult right now? Sorry, it's got rid of all the buttons. It's correct for Streamer Steve, it's not correct for me. The future is a fickle thing, brother fool. Oh, actually, have you even told her your name?
No. He likes the title Knight of Grey so far.
Yeah. The future is a fickle thing, Knight of Grey. It can change according to interpretation. Even by mentioning that I may know of an interpretation, I endanger it. But I can tell you that there is war coming that this galaxy has only ever seen once before. A war that will tear the foundations of this world apart. 41st millennium has only ever known the grim darkness of war. It will not continue. And as you disembark, you enter into, and I realise the tokens haven't been hidden, so I'll introduce them. You enter into a sort of mess hall on the Conclave, and there are Eldar here eating and drinking, but they've clearly been forewarned. And the Eldar goes, "But I was aware of your coming long before I even took to the stones. But you are not the first humans to have made it here." And you can see, sat at a dining table in the centre of this mess hall, are 2 custodian guard.
I can't see them.
Like
You should be able to see the map.
I can see the map, I can't see the tokens.
Right here? Oh, you're not on the map, that's why. Haha! Oh no, you are, you're right there. Nothing is affecting line of sight right now. You should refresh.
I will refresh.
Let me know if it works.
Nope.
What the fuck? Who can you see on the map?
I can see everybody at the main table, 2 Wayfarers, and 2 Eldari Walkers.
That's fine. So if I ping here and here, can you not see anyone?
That's none of your business. I may have missed them. Oopsie.
For the love of fucking God.
I'm a wonderful individual. And
I
said
do
wasn't
agree.
kill him.
I missed him as well.
Shit.
What?
The first
Oh yeah, I definitely do that.
Cadogan would instantly bow to the, just like a half bow, nothing extravagant to the custodians.
They stand in perfect unison. And you see the dark-skinned one with sort of the wings of the Venatari. What the hell did I just roll? Battlefield events. That's cool. Didn't know that was a thing. Stands, and you can see he's got like a Venatarian spear, and he's leaning heavily on it. As you can see, he clearly has like a broken femur, like the top left of his leg is shattered. But the other one stands up and seems to be mostly unharmed. Hail! Greetings, sons of the Imperium. Inquisitor Reed, Cadogan, and this must be Darius Fool of the Grey Knights, Brother Aegis. What brings you here?
We are here to make headway on our mission given to us by one of your own.
Indeed. What mission would that be? What foolhardiness have you been thrown into now?
The recovery of a keystone, as I understand it.
Indeed. Such kings are not lightly done. One keystone has already been claimed. Ursus, brothers. The Votan, do you remember it?
I've heard and read the reports, but I've not been there myself.
I remember Ursus was where you were with Redwood.
Thrall wasn't around at that point.
Of course, Thrall wasn't. Yep, no, you're quite right. Only Aegis here actually was.
Yeah, we were there with them for a time.
Indeed. It is a damned place, brothers. The warp drenches the skin of the world. Our team only just made it out alive.
A concern for those who are not demigods.
Indeed. We, speak, brother.
Will this be a calling for my chapter?
Perhaps, but there are greater threats at work that require the attention of your chapter. Movement in the warp, my brothers, it is endless and without pause. It would appear that we have been played at the very core. The Lord Guilliman has been interned into a dreadnought chassis. He lies on the brink of death. My own kin, Constantine, Olena and the others, the rest, they make all due haste to this witch's homeworld in an attempt to protect it, whereas we were left stranded for our injuries. A sad requirement, but a necessary one.
We were aware that Guilliman, the Primarch of Ultramarine, had been grievously injured. I did not realize that interment into a venerable dreadnought would have been required.
As far as we know, it is potentially the only chance at life for Lord Guilliman. He was struck 4 times by the great bow of an archdemon of the warp, Brother Fool, the creature known as Doombreed.
Such a creature has slain many brothers.
Indeed. And now I fear he adds a Primarch to his tally, alongside Vas, Dicarius, and even Draz Ascendant. We were ambushed, brothers. We were broken at our core.
Forgive me, I do not make light of your losses, but it does not explain your presence
Of course.
here in the unlikeliest of places.
Our presence here is one of old tributes. Failed redoubts. Like I say, we were broken and shattered. The aurum addictum in need of repairs as we escaped and fled. Our brothers, Constantine and the rest, they went on. As part of a trade. This witch, the Farseer, took myself and Apollo in, allowing us medical treatment and recovery. In exchange, my brothers go with all due haste to her homeworld, to save it before it is too late.
If you forgive me for saying so, it seems like this Farseer has made habits of making bargains.
She smiles at you, like, almost coyly.
I suppose our interaction will be no different then, witch.
I am not in charge here, believe it or not. I skim the future, and I saw this vessel floundering through the warp, beset by the foe, and I saw many paths that could be walked. I hope to have set us upon the one of true good. Stealth Gullimanort has to appear, not a fucking chance. I'll be cold and dead in my grave before Stealth Gulliman is allowed in this campaign.
So, hearing that the Imperium is so blatantly working with and doing favors for Xenos, would this be like a shock?
It's not really you're doing favors. The way they're describing it, they were rescued by her. Like,
right,
they
but now
were
they're helping out her world, her home world, right?
in exchange for not dying. Yeah.
It's also not unknown for the Ultramarines to have connections with Xenos.
Of all of the Eldar, of all of the races that the Imperium works with, the Eldar are the most likely. Like, I mean, in the Great Crusade, Fulgrim sat down and had dinner with Eldrad Uthwan before trying to murder him and killing an Avatar of Cain. But he did sit down and have dinner. You know, like, they are the closest thing to allies that you kind of get, but that is still they're an ally of convenience, you know?
Yeah.
Now, I suggest you come up with what you are going to ask and request of Sin Eerie. He is a fickle master, and there are many weaves of threads upon fate here in this moment. So, we shall depart. Understand that you are being observed, but you may speak freely, as we are not listening, merely watching. She bows very deeply, completely fucks up making the sign of the Aquila, but does attempt it, and then departs the room, alongside the Warwalkers and the other Eldari people.
Were the Custodies armed?
The Custodies are not armed, no.
Okay.
Same deal. Same deal.
Yeah, but it would be interesting to see if they trusted them or if they would follow the rules, right?
The Custodies appear to have followed the rules.
Yeah.
Appear. I mean, they're still Custodies.
Yeah, but like I would be a lot more inclined to follow the rules now that.
Yeah, you've seen that they have. Okay, you are left alone. The Commodore sort of looks up. This is getting more and more dangerous. My wife, she is never without an agenda, you understand.
And neither
She is
are
always
you,
up
Commodore.
to something, wanting something.
And neither are you without an agenda, Commodore.
Of course.
We are here by your machination, so my suggestion to you is buck up and see it through.
Of course. Inquisitor Catagan, I make no illusions of this. I am forewarning you. My people are beautiful on the surface, but we are often callous underneath. Do not be under any illusions, is all I am saying.
You've been skinned. We know what's underneath.
Do not get petty with me, Inquisitor.
Merely pointing out. Literally.
It's tiresome.
Let's get to the point as to why we're actually here, shall we? Well, just so I understand what our goal actually is here. They're looking to like everyone, and the custodians can get involved if they wish.
The custodians lean in with genuine interest. You can see that they have been heavily wounded. Amit appears to have like fully recovered, but you kind of see like where under his armor he's clearly shifting his weight slightly. And like I say, Apollo is clearly nursing a broken femur bone.
One appropriate agent would be curious to find out what enemies could possibly lay a custodies low.
You can talk to them if you like. There's no harm.
Yeah.
But George first.
So as I understand it, Commodore Cadwin, we are here for the whereabouts of the apparent successor to Redwood.
Apparent has nothing to do with it, but yes. We need the precise location, and far be it for me to put it forward. We are a party in need. The conflict come given their receptiveness to us. We may be potentially not without fault of taking a leaf out of the Blue One books and attempt to enlist them as allies. And he would side-eye Reed at that.
Reed sort of looks at you and goes, allies? I think not. We already have the Commodore on hand, and one Eldari, I believe, is enough.
Even amongst my own chapter, there is often the rule that though we have the common enemy with the Eldari, they are far from allies.
The enemy of my enemy is not my friend. However, I would be failing not point out a utilizable tactic, if you will.
Wasn't the Commodore a Jukari?
He was, yes. The Commodore goes,
I would point that out.
Yep, you point, and he goes, indeed there was a Jukari. But I have changed my ways. I cannot describe the horrors of the war. When you found me shackled, that was my cocoon of regret, from which I have emerged. But you are right not to trust Sin Iri. I know you are right not to trust me, but understand, Sin Iri betrayed me. He led a mutiny against me because I began to spare the lives of the crews that I raided. I do not deny that I raided Imperial ships. But I was beginning to spare lives. I saw no need for wanton slaughter. Sin Iri betrayed me for that. Do not trust him. I beg of you.
And do you not have your own best vendetta? Do you hope to retake what is yours?
It is complicated, my friend. It is complicated, brother fool. I hate him. To the bottom of my shriveled soul, I hate him. But he was not alone in his mutiny against me. My own wife, my crew, my harem, they all turned against me. One man betraying you is a petty creature. A crew? Perhaps I was not as good a captain as I thought I was. Not as good a leader as men as I aspired to be. I despise him for what he represents, brother fool. My past, my failure, everything that in the faith of Yennead I have hoped to overcome and surpass. But I do not want Sin Iri dead. There are too few Eldar left in the galaxy to want Sin Iri dead. But I would like my ship back, certainly.
Do you actually know where that is?
No, but he was the one who took it from me. So I can only hope he has kept it in good care and condition.
Do we actually... Inquisitor Reed, do we actually... I'll ask this one question, then we'll go to Brian, because he wanted to ask
Yeah,
the
100%.
Just for what he's... So I don't drag things out. Inquisitor Reed, is there any benefit to us in actually retrieving the Commodore's ship?
Reed staples her fingers and looks it grimly. Another ship to the fleet is never a bad idea, my lords. Especially one that is Xenos in origin and nowhere near as identifiable as the rest of ours. But it depends entirely on the condition it's in. And Reed sort of nods. I think it's a bargaining chip that could be of use to us. We will not make it our main goal, but it is certainly something that could be of value if we ever need to infiltrate Eldari lines. Or perhaps even their homeworld.
Probably.
Understood. Brad?
Yeah, if nobody else is sort of talking, I would look over to the Custodes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious, what could give a Custodes such a problem as to injure you so severely?
Which one do you say this to? Because they were both injured by different things.
One had a really bad leg injury, right?
One has had like the strongest bone in the human body, the femur in your top part of your leg. If you break that, it never heals, right, properly. He's had that snapped. That's Apollo, the guy Matt played, the Venatari flyer boy.
Yeah, I'd be curious on that.
Yeah, the other one is clearly heavily wounded, but you cannot see any visible wounds upon him. But you say that to Apollo, who looks at you and goes, there were a number of greater descendants of the war who protected Doombreed. And if you guys, obviously Brian, I don't think you weren't in the Custodes campaign, but there were 4 named Bloodthirsters in that campaign. Those creatures set upon me when we tried to reach the Lord Gulliman. We slew 2, but the 3rd shattered my bones. It was Constantine who dragged me out before re-engaging the enemy. If we had not had a Sister of Silence amongst our ranks, we would have surely have perished that day.
We fought a Bloodthirster? Is that like a greater demon of Khorne?
Yeah, you fought a weakened Bloodthirster. In out of game's turn, you fought one before I was able to buy threat assessment demons and got the update. The new Bloodthirsters are mental. They average about 40 damage with AP minus 20.
Okay.
New Bloodthirsters could probably one-shot Aegis. In fact, I'm going to find out.
My god, battle stations.
Fly!
Who knew the Eldari would summon a Bloodthirster to kill us off?
So first things first, it's a crit, which we'll ignore. Rerolls. 1s for being a Khorne demon. Oh my god, shifts are at the top now. So on Aegis, that would be 38 damage with AP minus 10. So you would take resilience would be down to 14. You would take 24 points of damage.
Yep.
Yeah, Bloodthirsters are fucking scary.
So just big, massive corn demons, essentially.
Yeah, Bloodthirsters are the champions of Khorne. They are the top dogs.
Gotcha. Okay.
The other one, Apollo, as you sort of ask what wounded you, he looks away, sort of into the distance. And it doesn't take much to read into him. He's not good at hiding his emotions, if you guys remember how I played Apollo back in the Ladies campaign. You recognize shame on him.
I don't think Aegis will pry. I mean,
please pry. No.
I think he would be literally running like imaginary simulations of himself fighting one and how he would go about it. Probably coming up with like no good results either.
Greatest demons of Khorne. You've definitely heard of them, you know. The eightfold demons of Khorne. They are incredibly powerful. The other custodian, Amet, goes, I was assailed, and my defense was not up to the task. What were you going to ask, Brian? Brian?
Brian?
Brian.
Brian!
No, while we wait for Brian, is there anything you guys want to say or do? Oh, there he goes. There he is. George Liam?
Yep.
While we wait, is there anything you guys want to say or do, just while Brian gets his stuff sorted?
Thrall kind of like still missing his kind of weaponry. Is kind of looking about the room, clearly anxious for like a sudden ambush. It's like, would it be truly necessary for us to give us all of our weaponry? To even give for the noble custodians to give up their weapons feels.
That's
Hey, buddy.
Okay. I was like, why am I getting ignored? I can hear you guys.
Yeah, nah,
but
fuck you. Couldn't hear you at all, mate.
It feels unnatural. But we should not be without our weapons. Not as Starties, custodians, nor mortal.
The custodian, Amet, goes, These are trying times, Brother Thrall. We must make peace with what makes us uncomfortable. I fear there are harder days to come. Your quest for the Blackthrone is known to us. If only you knew what was upon it, you would become comfortable with the uncertain. And as he sort of says that, you see Reed raise her eyebrow, like she's not drinking a coffee, but she would bury herself into a coffee if she had one.
Yeah. I try like Thrall's in Terminator armor, he can't even sit down.
Man's just power squatting.
Cadigan would just turn around and go, we are aware, custodian.
That gets a look. You see they both look at each other and then begin to stand. Looks to Reed. You informed them. I did. And I do not. They stand and you see them like vying. Apollo turns and goes, they need to die. Immediately. And Amet holds his hand and goes, no. Now is not the time. Nor is the question certain. The galaxy may know soon and loyal sons may be required. But the galaxy may not need to. Enough! This debate is being had across the 10,000. Inquisitor Reed, why did you inform them of this most renowned and well-kept of secrets? And Reed goes, because I trust them. Because after Avalos, these are the people who stepped up to the mark. And she locks eyes with the custodian. I am an old woman, Amit Viserion. I have nothing to live for and everything to die for. Try it. And you see Amit blinks. Oh well. Then let us speak openly of his lord's son. Yes, it is true.
Environment, are you sure? Forgive me for saying, Lord Custodian, but in such an environment, I would at least be concerned that walls have ears.
I strongly suspect the Eldari already know, considering the Blackthrone is due to emerge outside of the very planet this witch hails from.
The exact thing that we are looking for when we're going through all this trouble to seek this keystone? What does it have to do with the Blackthrone? I don't think I ever truly understood.
There are 2 keystones. They provide, 1, the ability to find Pandoric, the ability to reach the ocean planet. 1 keystone is in the possession of my brothers, the Custodians, who have followed an orc warlord to the planet. But more importantly than that, the 2 keystones, when placed into the vaults of and as he says that, the door opens and the Eldar Farseer walks in. That is enough of that. The keystones open a door. A door that must remain closed forever. And Amit turns and goes, a door that will be opened by the Lord Emperor's decree should it be required. Door that will remain closed by the decree of all who wish to see this galaxy preserved. The vaults of Pandoric have remained shut for 100 millennia, since before your species even crawled out of the oceans. And shut they will remain. Anyone?
Forgive me, but surely a debate not on this subject is for the reason why we are here.
I don't quite understand what you mean, Liam. Sorry, that's a bob.
We are not here to debate this subject.
Yeah, that's fair.
Here in mutual interest on another.
Indeed. But I must assure you that if I give you access to my homeworld, to that great planet, its oceans, its people, I would have your oath on your Emperor's blood that you would leave the vaults of Pandoric closed for all time. By all means, assail your Blackthrone. Free that which you believe resides upon it. But the vaults must remain closed, the Eterni contained, and everything within.
Do we know what's in the
You
vaults?
have no idea what's in the vaults, unless you've read the Word document in Warzone Blackthrone. But in character, no.
Nothing can be promised if the traitors get to it first.
Out of interest, is this being broadcasted over your Vox? Like, are the other party members aware of this?
I didn't imagine that I would be casting this one, I'm going to be truthful.
You would or wouldn't?
I wouldn't. Thrall is a secrecy to paranoid.
Respect.
Extent, so
Anyone else?
Patagon has the same opinion.
I would share it with the Astartes that I trust.
Okay.
Anybody that's from like early on, like Ryan.
Ryan is the one I'm mostly thinking of.
Yeah, I feel like I would be sharing with Ryan.
We will cut away then quickly from this conversation. What's Ryan doing at this moment in time, George, would you say?
Either with the Astartes praying at the chapel.
Chad.
It's time for meditation, you know.
It's been 10 minutes. Time for prayer.
It's been God knows how long. We have not had time to meditate. We're fucking meditating.
As Ryan closes his eyes and focuses and contemplates, difficult position, but you are away from terror at least. A hand rests on your shoulder. My son, brother, are you well? And you hear the voice of Luthor.
Ryan is still kind of like on edge around him. It's like, but as well as one could expect, given the circumstance.
Of course.
I see you gave your blessing to lay low one of your sons.
I did what had to be done. As do you. It is not an easy choice, is it, Brother Ryan?
You turn on one's own? No.
Nor is it an easy thing to ever contemplate that one may have to simply do what has to be done when everybody is against them. To stand strong in the face of adversity. They are talking about the vaults. Do you know of them?
It is one you requested that I seek.
The vaults of Pandoric are fabled, brother. Within them lies truth, but also a weapon. A weapon that could cast chaos from this galaxy forever. A weapon that might just win the war for the Blackthrone, as well as 1,000 other dire consequences, but Brother Ryan, we are sons of Caliban. We are angels of darkness. We have never shied away from the dark horrors of this galaxy. If we wish to preserve the universe and if we wish to save lives, you must not heed the warnings of this Eldari witch. She would rather see the galaxy burn than allow a human to save it. We must open the vaults, my brother. For the Emperor.
I want to actually insight.
100%. I'm not going to tell you the DN, but you're more than welcome to.
Set the DN to 0 if I can. I cannot.
No.
It's fine. I can still insight. It's just
Liam's porn collection is in the vaults. No, it's a combo of Ewok erotica and Reed's other thong.
So my porn collection.
Yes, quite. What'd you get, George?
6. No, put that one into glory.
6. With a shift, I'll allow a narrative shift as well, if needed. If decided upon.
Yeah, sure.
You look at Luthor into his piercing blue eyes. Oh, sorry, golden eyes is what Luthor had, wasn't it? No, that's kind of his old thing. Into his golden eyes. And this, if you remember, is like Luthor's reflection in the warp. This is what he was, what he could have been. This isn't a full person. I think he's not telling you everything. He's not being completely open. But I think you figure what he wants in the vaults is for him to be realised. Whatever's in the vaults will allow him to be the Luthor that's in the galaxy, not the one that's currently running around with all the Fallen, right? So you get the feeling there's selfish reasons he wants them opened, but him stating that there is a weapon in the vaults that could destroy the gods of the warp, he is telling you the truth.
I never intended to listen to that witch, anyways.
Nufor bows his head. It will not be an easy path that we walk. But we are the only ones who can.
Your son... if I recall, his name was Solus, right? Was the-
Solus. That's the prisoner.
The one who is now like currently able to somewhat move because he...
Yeah, you guys have restored him a little bit. Yeah.
One of your own seems to have known you personally.
Indeed.
Is he capable of seeing you like I am? Or have I truly just gone insane?
It is hard for me to manifest in this way, Brother Ryan. I can only do it at certain times. Like swimming against a tide, I come up for air. But I will try and speak to this Solus. Think I remember him. But my memories are stones skipping across water. I will try, if that would give you faith in me. I understand you have given me more trust than I have ever deserved. And I hope that I have rewarded that and not led you astray. But I will try.
I'm a son of Caliban. I did not trust you from the day I met you, and I do not trust you now. But I wouldn't be. I'd be called dead if I didn't trust it. If I trusted anyone on this forsaken vessel.
No insight check required. A genuinely joyful smile is on Luthor's face as he just goes, "Truly the old ways are not dead." My.
You know the Lion will know of you eventually. I do not keep secrets from him.
I hope he does. And I hope he sees me for what I am. And like you, trusts me to do what is right. I hope one day to see our father. Well, he was never my father. But I hope to see the boy that I loved so dearly again. But more than that, I truly hope he sees me again. Not what I have become. And if that's okay, George, we'll cut back to the rest of the party.
Yep, all good.
Ooh, the plot twists and turns. Back with the rest of the party, Morwenna Le Fay goes, Sin Iri has agreed to speak with you all. Are you ready to parley?
A query, if I may.
Of course.
Dear. You have made rather bold claims of seeing timelines and their possibility.
Indeed.
Also, alluding to a war of monumental scale.
Indeed.
What interests are you defending should that war to pass?
I am not hiding my interests. I wish to preserve the people, the Eldari, and if I can, I would preserve my planet of Pandoric. The war that I have seen in my visions is of a similar scale to the one that your Horus led. The galaxy will be torn asunder, and the last time this happened, a great genocide was enacted upon my people and 1 billion other species that no longer exist in this galaxy. I would see this war not come to pass. I'm going for a Galadriel vibe. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if it's working at all.
Yeah.
That's what we're going for, folks.
I'm currently sitting in a very kind of like broad position. I'm in my defensive stance right now. Yes, this man's making me think. So yes.
If that is all, shall we?
One more thing first.
Indeed.
Are you a mind reader?
When I put my mind to it, yes.
That is all I need to know.
For Bob's sake, why?
DMing.
Okay. It's not, as I said before, her specialty is divinity. Or divination. The runes of fate, I think they're called in the codexes. However, she does dabble in kind of everything. She's thousands of years old, right?
For us non-psychic Astartes, like, how much training would we have with, like, knowing when somebody was trying to, like, I don't know, get into our head, or...
You would have a basic understanding. You would certainly feel it.
Okay.
That's fair to say.
So I would at least feel safe enough that somebody wasn't prying around in there without my knowledge.
Unless she is incredibly delicate and fickle, she's not in your head. Right now.
Well, yeah, I'm shielding.
Okay, just waiting for a message from Liam.
Vortex of
There we
doom.
No.
It's a spell you can cast, bitch. Fucking.
Cadigan, as you focus on that and you make eye contact with this Farseer. And she looks at you. If that were to come to pass, I would be long dead. I will die before I let this war rage. But I agree with the sentiment. Now,
We plan for the future.
and we fight for the past. Come, Sin Iri is waiting. Do not forget your manners upon this walk. And she leads you across the conclave through this sort of like market bazaar that they've got going on of like wraithbone stands. She leads you through classified areas where they like control how they orbit this black hole. Everywhere is armed and armored, but no one turns or bats an eye at you. Until eventually she leads you to a heavy set wraithbone doors. And wraithbone is like moving, it's this living bone song, right? She places her hand upon the door, and looming down at her, there's a shimmer. And I should stress, this is a huge installation. You are in this grand room, right? The ceiling is a tapestry that depicts the war in heaven. A figure that looks like Nemeth is fighting, like Necrons versus Eldari and all of this. And as she places her hand on the door, there is a ripple as an invisible figure is revealed. In a kneeling position with its head bowed and holding a spear that could skewer a starship, there is a 90-meter tall phantom titan protecting this door. An Eldari warlord, essentially. Or, honestly, bigger. But thinner, and it moves like fucking Grace, You guys know Phantom Titans?
Yeah, essentially we ain't winning.
Phantom Titan is the Eldari biggest form of Titan, I believe. The door drifts open, disintegrating. I'll check that in a second, Liam. Disintegrating into the wind. And what befalls you in front of you? The Phantom title was invisible, Nova. Stop. What reveals in front of you is a huge auditorium with a central table, 2 tables on either side of a long stretching sort of carpet that leads up to a raised dais with what appears to be like a heavy control panel for the majority of the conclave. There is stood at that dais an incredibly tall Imperial figure who I'll return to in a second. But he is stood away from you, facing out a giant glass domed window that looks out at the black hole itself. So that as this figure turns to look at you, it's like an eclipse. He is haloed by the event horizon of this black hole. And as he turns, he is tall, even for an Eldari. He is wearing simple light armor of the Corsairs with wraithbone inlays. Pink and purple silks flow down from his shoulders to the ground. He is completely bald, not dissimilar to the Commodore, but scarred, and of a similar age to the point where he could almost be a relation. Though, I'm telling you, he's not. He walks with a slight limp, and you can see a scar carved through one bit of his face. Let me just find his artwork. And he moves with an incredibly unpleasant grace. Across the tables from either side of you, there are a number of Eldar Way Seekers, the lesser Psykers and people who control the Conclave's movements. And Lady Morwenna Le Fay takes her seat at one of these tables, as Sin Eerie turns and looks at you all, and regards you with a sort of passing contempt, before speaking. So, you have boarded my sanctum. Come, you are welcome and greeted. You may approach, sons of the Imperium.
We appreciate the welcome.
I shall approach when I get back onto the foundry, Bob.
Excellent.
But through those Ferret just slowly thumping in his armor forwards, lumbering.
We
Indeed.
appreciate the welcome.
You are armored in your steel and ceramite. I have always had a admiration for the Imperium's ability to create such gaudy yet functional armor and weapons. And you bring with you a gift, I see. And he looks at the Commodore. Hello, my Midas. The Commodore sort of glares at him. Hello, Sin. Oh, look at him, boys. He hates me. And you hear a few of the Eldar Corsairs laugh. He hates me 'cause he ain't me, eh? Come, do you drink, humans? Water, wine, blossom blood, what is your poison?
Not poison.
I would not. I have extended hospitality to you, eh? I would not taint my good name by holding a dagger behind my back, eh, Commodore? You see the Commodore just, too many barbs, Eerie, and I might forget my patience. Petty remarks from a petty man. Tut, tut, tut. Indeed. Now I assume you're all here, and you're not going to let the Commodore speak, eh?
We came for information.
Indeed. And what information can only be bargained and bartered for from Corsairs?
The kind where you have likely gotten track of Imperial vessels. We seek a rogue trader.
Rogue trader. Sort of after my own heart, such men. I have met rogue traders in my time. What makes you think I am any different?
Specifically, we are after a individual. One who we believe that you would know.
Oh, this is getting interesting. And what do you want to offer me in tribute for my vast knowledge?
Where's Commodore?
Do eyes genuinely turn to the Commodore?
I would look to see where he's at.
Oh, you would offer me a plaything?
That. Or perhaps there is. Withdrawal suggest maybe. Actually, before.
I think. Oh, sorry, George.
I actually would like to inquire about what happened to the Commodore ship.
You can if you want.
This potential plaything. Whatever happened to his vessel?
I'm afraid I don't have it anymore. It was taken.
By.
What's it to you, Grey Knight?
I'm considering it a more of an entertainment on the behalf of the one who got us here in the first place.
It was taken by a creature of the warp. What is it you want?
Cadogan would. I'll explain in a moment. Like Cadogan will try and attempt to use supplicant because, whilst he will not, as a person, assume him to be better than him. It is a case that, it's a Jack Sparrow moment of he has a ship. Like,
yeah,
Cadogan would side up to him, just going, with respect, is it Sin Eerie, if I may?
have I forgotten my manners? Captain Sin Eerie of the Void-Scarred Corsairs, and one of the last of the Veil Flyers.
A pleasure, I am sure. We are in search of rogue trader Aurak, and I appreciate your, and he would look back at the Commodore, your gleeful anticipation in using the Commodore as a plaything. You come across as an individual who merits the value of resource rather than simple pleasure. I understand that is what sets you and your darker cousins apart. Surely there is other things that you would want rather than a simple plaything for such information. As tiresome as he may be in his current state, he is useful to us on our current endeavors.
You're one with words, aren't you? You're seeking the orc. Aye. The war boss. Purple coat. Category 12 Psyker on a ship. Baby. That's who you want, isn't it?
Sounds about right, yes.
That is information I can offer. Indeed, I can. Joraya. I'm looking at this creature you brought with you. I don't see my old captain here anymore. It's a disgrace. A disgrace for an Eldari to bootlick and kiss the knaves of humans. You see the Commodore begins to get his hackles up.
I assure you, there was no bootlicking.
Aye, he's here. Did he bring you to me? Beg you that he was useful, that he could, make contacts and show yous that he could be of service. If only you'd let him live. No self-respecting Eldari would ever grovel to the likes of your short-lived kind. No offense.
Infinitely short-lived, but infinitely more numerous. No offense.
Indeed. No, I think it's quite the adept punishment that the Commodore is enslaved to you. How fucking degrading. How disgusting. In all my years, I've taken your ship, Commodore. I've taken your wife. And now, you've taken your own dignity.
Oh my god.
Ah, joyous day to see you debased. Please, beg at the feet of these humans. Tell them that you're of service, you lapdog fuck.
I generally want to scream. This sounds like some fucking Saneshi shit if I've ever heard it. He's taking full pride in this.
Is this RP or is this in person?
No, this is RP. This is Siniri's opinion of the Commodore.
Jesus Christ.
So, I suppose really I actually owe you lot a favour. Considering you've brought the best fucking joke I've heard in 10 millennia to my door. The great Midas, the tormentor of Ysara, the colour of Borgorun, the killer, the murderer, the pillager. And here he is, cowering behind his betters. Fucking Monkai! And he laughs, and you hear echoing laughter around the room. Oh, what a joke you are, Midas. And I'm laughing. But it's not really even a fucking funny one, is it? It's just a sad joke that people say and laugh at. 'Cause it's better than crying. You're a disgrace to the Eldari. Disgrace to the blood you breathe and the air you exhume. I have no interest in killing your pet, Cadigan. I have no interest in putting down your mongrel dog, Astartes. Keep his leash tight. He bites. And he full-on belly laughs. More wine! More wine and slander, come on, drink! Drink, my friends! And he clicks his fingers and you see the helmsman of Kaleem's old ship serving him, and he takes the wine and he just splashes it across the Commodore's face. Duh! You know this wine's got Oh, that's good. And he takes the bottle, rips the cork out with his teeth, and just starts drinking, smashes it on the ground. Record then. Let's parley. What you want? Information. And you've got what I want. But I don't think you even know what you've got that I want. Come, drink. I will not discuss terms with the sober. How much does it take to get your gene-crafted kind fucking slashed?
Do we actually know of Mjord? No, Ryan would know of Mjord.
Grimly leans in and goes, a lot. But I've bested them before. Fuck me, he's intense. Fuck me, he's intense. Jesus Christ, wine for the bearded man at the back. Grimly takes a wine, looks the Cinery in the eye, and fucking shots it and downs it. And just wipes away the edge of his lip. It's not bad. Oh, I like that one. I like that one. Fine, do it sober. But I insist you sit at my table. I hate standing.
I physically cannot sit down. Neither can he.
Humans! Oh, you're kind. If it were migraine you people cause.
Forgive me, they have rather cumbersome armor. I am perfectly capable of sitting down, as is my colleague. And he would gesture to Reed.
Reed is already like pulling up a chair. I'm in the process of sitting. I'm quite happy. Thank you.
Is that a bottle of wine is in your hand, Reed?
Yes, it needs a refill. What, Bedler? Waiter? One of the Eldari sort of begrudgingly hands her another glass. She goes, well, when in Rome.
Understood.
So, you want information on the rogue trader? You want to know where he is that right?
That'd be correct.
I know where you can find him, or at least I know how you can find him. But it will cost you something. It'll cost you something personal. I need something killed. And I'm willing to trade for its death.
What is it before we start dabbling in eel?
Put bluntly, I barely fucking know myself. It took the Gilded Claw from me, the Gilded Claw being the Commodore's former ship. It appeared out of nowhere in a boots of darkness and warp energy. The crew went mad. I watched my daughters become crystalline horrors in front of my eyes. And we fled, and we ran, we tore down our colours and we bailed. I want it dead, lads. As a matter of blood. To the point where I'm willing to join you on that. I want it dead.
This is Thrall's time. This is what all of his devoted Grey Knight autism's for.
Out of game, isn't this guy supposed to be a very powerful psyker?
He is not a powerful psyker. He is just a pirate captain. Think Eldar Autark. He's just like what are they called? What are they called? The leaders of the Dark Eldar.
Xenos scum.
Yeah, he's the equivalent of like an Archon. He's a Corsair captain. He's a pirate king, right? The powerful psyker is Morwenna. She is obscenely powerful.
Thrall is going to. So just so you understand, like the intent of what I'm saying is that I'm trying to get him to list kind of like symptoms of like what led up to, because he said it was warp infested. So
we were fleeing a planet. We've been looking to raid ship line, do you see? Around this backwater mud butt What was its imperial name, boys? Does anyone remember? Visick, you remember. And you see this chap over here, the only one with a unique token. This is his right-hand man, like his quartermaster is second. Visick goes, it was an imperial mining planet, Avalos, is what it was. Oh yeah, Avalos. We was planning on raiding it, getting all hyped. But then there was this psychic scream. An annihilation of sorts. And this thing just appeared on the deck of our ship, like a black sun of fire and ash. There was no fight in it. But I recognise it from the old days. I recognised it from before the war in heaven. It's a myth, even amongst our kind, you understand, which makes our kind particularly vulnerable to its powers. But you lot, the Monkai with your armour and your guns, so simple. No elegance to you, just hammers. You'll be able to see it done, I reckon.
Could I do a scholar check with Chaos Lawmaster?
Yep, 100%. I'll tell you, DN 10.
I cannot change my DN, but I'd stand DN 10.
If you want, I will give you not advantage. I will give you help from someone who wishes it. The highest I've got to give is 5 from Reed.
Yep. So
Would there be any other skills that could apply to this, or just?
It would be Scholar in this case, yeah.
Oh, this shit's breaking.
Oh no!
Ah, fuck's sake.
Is it being a bitch? Would you like me to roll for you?
Yeah, basically I press one button, then it goes, you wanted to press all the buttons, right?
You gotta love Foundry. No, you don't.
No, it's not even Foundry, it's my keyboard.
Oh man, that sucks.
I'm gonna see if I can try and fish it out, my fucking other keyboard.
Got you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, of course, it's the cam board.
Yes, it is. I'm done fighting it.
That's what the keyboard said.
Okay, I need someone to stream, because basically what's going on is I press one button, it basically activates another random button on the keyboard.
Liam, would you mind? If I stream, everything will die.
Disgusting.
I do apologise.
Bear with.
Okay, I'm not gonna watch.
Yep, thank you very much. Yep, so could you do the scholar check for me, Liam?
Yep.
There. So you're just scholar, hit Lawmaster, skill related to Lawmaster. And then additional, was it 5?
Yes, from Reed.
Yep, so it becomes a dice pool of 14.
Are you prepared?
No, do it.
Dice pool of 14, why is that 6?
It does that sometimes.
Do we have glory?
Not yet. You haven't got it yet, I'm afraid.
That glory in a while.
Hmm. It is approved, however, and you get a point of glory for the Wrath. George. Black Sun. This is a creature of the war, but not a creature of the gods. I can't give you any more than that.
That does not bode well.
You have heard of other things that live in the warp. Obviously not as powerful as the Great Four, but equally as vindictive and filled with hatred to the other side.
Okay. But Would it be safe to say that they are in their own way a classification of demon, or is it a?
They are creatures of the warp, and again, that is what the Imperium would refer to as a demon, but it is not a demon of Slaanesh, Khorne, malice, anything that we would recognize as chaos.
Gotcha. Yep.
But I won't give you the name, and I can't tell you what it is without spoilers, so... Which is what, it's fine, but, it's not something that you would be familiar with. You've never trained to study it. You are just aware of other things that exist within the warp.
I would see it being
Hey, Jacob. It could be Dohrad. Enslavers also exist. There are other creatures that live within the warp.
Yeah.
Did they fight with this thing?
It sounds more like they fucking bailed. From what Siniri said, it sounds like because this thing existed before the Eldar, it is very good at killing Eldar. He's hoping that because you're basically big gorillas with guns, it won't be so good at killing you. But he has offered to come with you as part of this arrangement. You get the feeling Siniri is kind of that puts his own neck on the line sort of guy.
Is that because he's honorable or because he's reckless?
Yes.
Okay.
Aye, so what's it to be then? You hunt this creature for me. You hunt this creature for me, and we fight. And I'll let you keep the gilded claw. I don't need it. You can have it. But I want that creature dead. And on that gilded claw, any loot, any plunder is to be the property of the Corsairs, aye?
Can I make an insight on that to see if he's kind of trying to side-eye something specific that is on that vessel?
Absolutely, go for it. Dan's going to be 5.
Yeah, I would perhaps assist.
Can I use my acute senses, which would be my eyes, or my ears?
Yeah, I'll say yes to eyes because you're reading his face.
Can I assist it and add a follow-up question?
Yes, of course.
Some of that loot wouldn't happen to be slaves, would it?
Aye, some of it. There are a number of other pirates, Xenos mercenaries, Krutar, humans, who I would like to have back.
Now, obviously the Imperium does slavery, but how high of an evil is that to us?
Pretty common. You guys, okay. I don't know. Kind of up to you individually, but the Imperium has servitors. The Imperium enslaves a lot of people.
Right.
The Guard is technically a slave army,
Yeah, I guess just as Xenos saying they took human slaves, I'm just wondering if that's
it's a Xenos. It's worse than a human doing it,
Right.
How
It's
much
not
do I
like
get
him.
from you, Brian?
Oh, yeah, do I have to do a roll?
No, just give the extra dice to Liam.
For insight, I think I only have 2 points in insight.
Yeah, so it's only an extra 1, Liam, because it's how many dice you have in the stat, not the total stat. So an extra 1 dice. Just looking at the character sheet. Also, hey Jacob.
Hello, Jacob. Six successes. I'll flavour that with. And what else? In Eerie. Surely there is something else.
Aye, but that's my concern now, isn't it? And he is. Yeah, he's got an ulterior motive. He wants something on that ship.
I'm going to press a little and go and say to him, surely if we are to be working together, I don't want us to accidentally shoot what it is that you are after. Surely a little transparency would be to your benefit.
Make a persuasion roll.
Dien?
6, but you guys can. I will allow 2 help actions if you can do it properly, if that makes sense. Like, if you both help, I will allow both of you to provide help actions.
Would I be able to use supplicant endeavor?
What does that do?
I appeal to my technically social best.
Do you view a Eldari pirate as your social better?
Technically not, but in resource terms, I do, because he, like I say, Jack Sparrow terms, he's got a ship. Technically, I do as well, but he's got a bigger ship.
Yes, in that case, I will allow it. I'm feeling generous today because you guys are very patient with everything breaking, so I will allow it.
He is a generous god. Is anyone helping?
Not really sure how I could help.
Gorg, are you helping?
Gorg!
Have I been called upon?
Yes.
So I was trying to fish out a keyboard. I was listening while in the background I had my dad. I was like, have we called upon? Yes.
So I'm allowing help actions on persuading Siniri to tell you what he wants, provided you can encourage him.
Yeah, you're fucking on your own, dude. I got 1 in persuasion.
I will tell you any dice will help.
Oh, as in I got like nothing added to my. I've got 1.
Got you.
Oh.
I can allow Reed to try and help. In which case you'd get an extra 5 dice.
It's up to you. It's up to you, Bob, because I say technically, literally, Reed is an NPC.
Reed will step forwards. Yeah, I know, but there's only a few of us here, and I don't want you guys missing on opportunities. Reed will step forwards and goes, I understand your kind are duplicitous and require long trust. But this is a trust endeavor. If you are serving alongside us, we must know when you may depart from our company, when your objective is fulfilled and when ours is as well. Please, let there be no veil of conspiracy between us. And she'll give you the extra 5 dice.
Yeah, boy. 11 dice in total.
The N6.
Ooh.
Warp interference. I'm not going to roll for that because it's just going to be a royal pain in the ass. But you do get the approval. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to up the hit points of what you'll eventually fight.
Wow,
On the persuasion check, he raps his knuckles on the table. Well, after we acquired the Gilded Claw, acquired, eh? After we took it from its former owner, who was not looking after it, you understand, the way it should have been. We re-embellished it, so to say. We rebuilt parts of it in order to appease the various factions of the Eldari who come aboard. So it was no longer just a Drukari vessel. Aye. No, now we accommodated for Corsairs, Harlequins, craft welders, and he nods at Morwenna, and even a couple of Exodites. Part of that was a shrine to our god Cain. And on that shrine they has a relic of our people. A blade called the Blade of the Young King. That when wielded by a true-blooded son of Isha, can summon an avatar of Cain. It is too powerful and deadly a relic to allow to fall into the hands of the enemy, or heavens forbid, the hands of she who first say. So I intend to get it back.
I do not know about present companies here, but as an individual, I hold no objection to you obtaining one of your people's relics. It holds no difference to me. What
I don't
about
think
you, Aegis?
I mean, this wouldn't fall into like the category of like technology or anything. It's just a weapon, right?
Yeah, though
I
I
don't
will allow a
think-
law check from anyone who wants to understand the importance of such a weapon.
Also, do we know anything about Cain?
This is part of the law check I'm offering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just give me general roles. I'm not going to set a DN, I just want general, like, what might you know? You know, you're a Death Watch, formerly. You know.
Would this be
Yeah, would you mind rolling for me?
Oh yeah, of course, Judge.
Scholar?
Yeah, Scholar.
This would not be a lawmaster, so leave
No,
it alone.
I've not done that.
Oh, you've already rolled. I was going to roll for Josh.
Oh, sorry, I did it. Sorry. So, we've started a few successes there. Pretty impressive, actually. You have heard of avatars of Cain. Essentially greater demons of the Yanari, of the Eldari. These are living embodiments of their god of murder. This sword of the young king, which out of character, the young king is referred to the person who is sacrificed to summon the avatar of Cain, right? So that's kind of why it's called that. Appears to have the ability to bring one of these avatars into existence, kind of like a spell scroll of summoning in D&D, right? So we're dealing with an incredibly potent relic. Whether you want your potential enemies to have that is up to you. But it is technically an option. And it's certainly not something you want Chaos to have.
I'm just saying this out of character. There's no harm saying yes, double crossing later.
I suspected you might say that.
You cannot allow entities of the warp to gain such an item.
Are you saying this out loud or?
Oh, the fool is very open. The fact, like, if such an item is there, like, cannot let the things of the warp have it. Hell no.
Oh, I thought you. Sorry, I'm done. I thought you were referring to him.
No, I'm referring to entities of the warp.
Yeah. I agree then. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to convince us too hard to want to go kill demons, right?
Mm-hmm. Aye. Then maybe we have an accord. And he leans forwards and holds out his hand in a handshake. We killed the creature on that ship. You get your gilded claw, and you give me my sword. And we have a deal. I'll give you the name you need right here, right now.
For the rogue trader, yes?
Aye.
Cadigan would grasp his hand, I think. Don't know about anybody else.
I'd crush his hand.
Yeah.
He shakes Cadigan's hand on behalf of the party and reads as well. Aye, then we have an accord. About damn time we did something out here in the dark. And he turns and walks and looks out at the black hole. The man's name you're looking for is Navigator Orlo Savini. He's one of your Navigator mutants, eh? But he can track down, he knows the location of Vogue Trader Orak, and can bring you to him. The only downside is he was one of our prisoners on the claw when it was taken. Aye.
How long ago has it been since you've lost the goaded claw?
Aye, when did Avalos burn? Sometime, months to a year, perhaps. He might still be alive, so long as that Father Draz didn't kill him.
With that, how long, especially with like just exposure out into space and then obviously to warp entities, what are the odds of this astropath being alive, to Fool's knowledge?
Depends on the creature. If it doesn't have any interest, then pretty good. If it's a bloodletter, not so good.
And I think the next question is, what's the likelihood that we're going to find him sane?
Low.
Thor was just thinking in terms like it could have been as simple as it being like a Zinch demon or something.
But it's not.
I'll be leveling with you. I think as Cadigan, he's just going to be going like an insane navigator. Nothing that a little torture won't divulge, if necessary.
It can fall in line with the rest of the ship.
Aye. Then we do indeed have an accord. So, when do we depart? I assume your vessel is ready and wearing.
Let's get our weapons, and I say we go and expunge this warp scourge as soon as possible.
Very well. Morwenna, hold the fort while I am gone. Visick, you are in charge too. And these golden guards have certainly outstayed their welcome. They may collect their blades and leave on the morrow. So, lead on. And that will conclude negotiations, if you so wish.
I think one thing that... Oh, sorry, George.
You first.
I think one thing that Cadigan would be egging to ask...
Yeah, ask away.
Whilst I think he would just sit up and just approach the window. If I may ask, Sin Eerie, why would you set up your base of operations in such a tumultuous location? Why the black hole?
Protection, obviously. Your Imperial vessels struggle to comprehend the dynamics of the black hole's influence on your primitive warp technology. It would take a fleet of your kind to break through just the event horizon, and by that point we'd have slipped into the webway and would be gone. Purely for defense, you understand.
A remarkable pack. But also correct me if I'm wrong. Time passes slower here.
Indeed.
You would see us coming long beforehand, so it gives you the opportunity of observing the universe from the safety of its effective past.
Aye, makes it ripe for raiding.
A tactical advantage if I ever heard it.
How do you think I know how to find the Gilded Claw?
You have a valid point. But I believe that we have achieved what we have come to achieve here.
Well, shall we go and get going and started with this shindig?
Guys?
Yeah. I can't really think of anything to say.
Let's get purging.
Okay. You depart. You return to the Dread Spear, and there's not so much as like a goodbye. There's just this awful silence as you are joined by Sin Iri. And you float out. He discusses with you on the bridge the requirements of where you're going to be going and what you're going to be doing. But ultimately you are now en route to an unknown foe on an unknown location. You are joined by Amit Visirion and Apollo Mehemet. And if I could get Sin here as well.
I was going to ask what happened to the two custodies.
They're joining you. They're coming with.
Hell yeah.
And Sin Iri joins, giving you coordinates, location, getting incredibly frustrated with what he would sees as incredibly primitive technology, right? So, is there anything you guys want to do before we go into like a combat? I mean, I need to take our break, but is there anything you guys want to do?
How long is the journey?
As long as you narratively desire it to be.
But like, in the actual story, it wouldn't be that long.
No. Couple of hours at most.
Oh, okay. Are the custodians like up to the task? Are they still healing?
They are up to the task if you want them to come with you.
But
they are wounded.
Injured, right?
They'll be starting wounded, but they are able to fight.
Making that so much more of a request as opposed to they will be coming with us onto the thing.
Yeah.
Because Lord forbid you tell custodians what to do.
So, shall we take our break and come back to it?
Yep.
Alright. Let's go for 15. Come back at 25 past. Alright. So let's do this, Leroy Jenkins. Damn straight, Novo. Alright. We'll be right back. So we are once again live. You have gathered on the deck of the Dread Spear, as you move through the warp, there is a rippling, and it begins to break into the void of space. And you wait, and you watch, and nothing appears to be happening. The Sineri leans in. Where is it? Where is it? Should be here. It's gone.
Ambrose would go to the bridge staff. Are there anything on our cogitate?
Bridge staff sort of begins skimming and checking and go, yes, sir, we've got a ship on the radar, maybe 500 miles out, but which is quite close in 40k terms. But it's not, there's no visual feed of it.
Prepare weapons and defensive countermeasures. I don't like this 1 minute.
Very good, sir. As you wish, sir. And you begin floating through this open, dead space.
I see we
Did
did
the Gilded Claw have like cloaking technology or some kind of?
Sin looks at you and goes, not to my knowledge, Iron Hand, no. It was fast. Incredibly fast, but not. What's the word I'm looking for? Stealthy. Just couldn't catch the fucker.
How long has it been since you have had possession of this ship?
As I said, times all kinds are fucked. For them, it could have been a year, a century, or a matter of minutes. There's no way to know. Not now. Not yet.
So it isn't impossible to assume that during this time, stealthing technology could have been applied.
Oh, if that's the case, my lord, then we have a hell of a fight on our hands.
Could I possibly see if there's any psychic interference coming from this?
Absolutely. Make a psychic mastery check.
Yep. Any particular DN?
DN4, I'd say. What we got?
I got 9 successes.
9 successes, so I'm just going to try and get the map fixed because it's being a wanker. That needs to be 25. Okay, you guys should be able to see now. Alright. Yes, George, you can sense and almost taste a psionic bubble of unreality in this area of space. And indeed, you can see that you've come out. And as you get visual feed, you realise you have exited in the surrounding dust. These, what you see here, are giant dust clouds that are slowly swirling around a central gravitational mass.
And would be able to see the center of this mass.
Yeah, you can, if you want. Make, would it be perceptions, I guess? Yeah, perception checks.
Yep, there goes my
Is
fucking...
it direction of the ship or?
This is more like looking out the window. The center of the mass is not in the direction of the ship. The center of the mass is huge.
Okay. DN for the awareness.
Let's go 4.
Is the game rolling?
I can see it.
Like lagging.
It's rolling. I had to rejoin because I'm pretty sure my PC just went, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need to reload then.
Where
See.
is DN4?
Let's change the music to something a little spookier. So, any passes?
Not on my end.
Okay, I can see it now.
Okay. Let's have a look. Awareness from Fool, Fail, and Approve from Aegis.
Oh, is it like an everyone thing?
Yeah, anyone who
Or
wants
is it
to. It's very fitting that Aegis passes. I'll just say that.
Perhaps I noticed something with the equipment or something, maybe?
I'll get to it in a second. I'll just wait for Cardigan.
Why are you not rolling?
It rolled.
It rolled, I see it. Success for Cardigan. Cardigan, you look at the spectral images that are appearing in front of you on the screen. This is a strange place. There's a gravitational pull, but it's what's referred to as an aftermath pull. This isn't right. Whatever this is, it's like a whirlpool that has left over gravity. Something is missing here. There are giant chunks of rock floating that are attracting these swirling dust storms. And they're gently sort of orbiting each other like continental plates. And you start to piece together that there was a planet here once. And Aegis, you recognize this region of space. The last time you were here, you were stood on the command deck of the Oathbound Deliverance, watching as the planet crackers fired.
Interesting.
This is Avalos.
And there's no sign of Tyranids here?
Seemingly not. They've moved on. They've absorbed all the biomass. You know that the Tyranids ended up going to the Ghoul Stars, where they have been in conflict. It's been a while. You know, you guys have been to Terra and all of the stuff with Babewood and everything. It's been a while.
Still alright to eat a whole planet in like a couple months?
Well, you guys nuked the planet. You exterminatus it, remember?
Yeah. Well, I would share this with everybody. I mean, obviously, they would be able to figure out eventually where we are.
Okay. There's a moment of silence, I think, that goes around the vessel. Reed sighs deeply. Back where it all began. Strange. What did we leave behind? What didn't we see? And you can see on that radar, that hologram, that the other ship is beginning to drift away.
Ambrose would turn to like the rest of the party. What do you prefer? That we follow this ship or we go to the gravity well?
What was the result of the psychic test?
That there is a powerful psyker shielding the ship, making it invisible.
Okay. I mean, clearly the ship's here for a reason. There's no way. I mean, all the vastness of space. Why?
The gravity well doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, but this ship is. So we got probably better off pursuing the signature, the actual
It wouldn't take a strong check to realise the gravity well is what's left of Avalos's gravity.
So we're better off
Like a
pursuing the
sinkhole.
ship.
You're cool.
Yeah, I say we pursue the ship.
Okay. You move
Or
out
after.
across the void, descending onto this shape, this void-scarred figure. But it just continues to move away. It's quicker than you. Without rolling an insight check, you get the implication that it is evading you until you give up. If it slips into the warp, there'll be a big obvious warp portal. Same if it goes into the webway. So you get the feeling that, like a rabbit in its warren, it's just keeping you off its scent. Or trying to.
Permission to speak freely, Brother Through and Rhyme.
Yes, yes.
Hey, Gently and Ripley are here too. Yes.
Aye, sir.
Yes. This ship is drifting and has higher capability than the Dread Spear's engines will allow safely. My suggestion is using the Nova Graviton. If we put a singularity, it may pull it, trap it so we can catch up.
Trap this thing within a gravity well, and then we board it. We then first have to see it.
We know its approximate location. And sorry, correct me if I'm wrong, Bob. When you made the Dread Spear, the front-mounted Nova.
It is
Nova
yes.
Graviton.
It is indeed a massive fuck-off Nova cannon, yes. And everything that delightfully implies. It's what's special. You don't have as much armor or speed as other ships. A Retribution class that flanks you will fuck you up, but you can one-shot them. Like, your front armor is where you want to be.
Yeah.
Could
We can trap the vessel that is drifting away from us. But it may instigate combat. But it is a guaranteed way of catching up.
You're cool.
Is there any possibility this damages the ship, though?
Your ship or their ship?
Theirs.
Yeah, 100%. You're firing a Nova cannon at it.
we just need to get close enough, and once again, Gate of Infinity coming to clutch here, I can deep strike a team into the ship.
Make an insight check on that one. I don't want to mislead you.
As through?
As for all.
DN in particular? I've got
Just
one
free.
dice.
Just free.
Cool. Just for the sake of... Yeah, nah.
It is... You can attempt to deep strike on if you want.
Do you mean psychically or?
So I was making a test for George there. I suppose actually, George, it would be a psychic mastery check, not an insight, if you wish to prefer that as an option.
Oh, by far. It's actually have points in it. Still DN3?
Yeah. Okay. Whatever this creature is so immensely powerful in the warp that it is projecting a invisibility shield essentially around itself. This is something that if you attempt to if you attempt to teleport into that shield, you will be scattered to the winds. We're talking instant TPK.
Oof.
The last ride.
You might have to do this one the old-fashioned way, I'm afraid. Just because we're talking about a psyker that, you don't want to fuck with this.
Are we able to see if the ship has like shields? Like, could it survive?
Unfortunately, with
shot?
it being invisible, you have no idea of the current capabilities of this vessel. Because it's invisible, there's no,
Would it be possible that we could lead this thing to the remnants of Avalos and use that gravity well to slow it down instead of just firing a pot shot at it?
Potentially. That's doable.
Although I will state what is different.
The difference being is that one potentially damages it by fire from a ship, the other is more so just a matter of physics, if that makes sense. One's coming from what could end up being a direct shot at it, the other is we're using just the natural gravity of what's left of a planet to slow it down.
True, however, being candid, in order to board it, we're going to have to take down those shields anyway.
Then we wouldn't have to use a fucking graviton cannon for that.
That we know of.
Who has the most piloting experience? I'm assuming are we in the bridge or are we?
Yeah, you're all currently on the bridge, yeah.
Is there somebody here who would have a depth of knowledge when it comes to the way ships move around?
You have Apollo, the custodian. On the party, it would probably be Ambrose, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't know that Apollo has this knowledge, so I guess I would maybe just say the question out loud, and if anybody wants to try, but does it appear that the ships are trying to lead us anywhere, or dodging us, or reacting to us?
It's playing cat and mouse. It's waiting for you to give up so that it can slip away, essentially.
Jacob's got a suggestion.
He does indeed.
I want to use the graviton cannon to increase the gravity well of Avalos, which would be a surprise to the creature, slowing it down more. Interesting.
What do you reckon, team? I'm going to need some answers soon.
Is that possible?
Anything is possible with good dice rolls.
Although, adding a gravity well onto a gravity well, by definition, in scientific terms, the shockwave that could create is damaging regardless.
Oh, inevitably. There's no way the ship is going to not be hurt by a lot of this.
But my concern is if the ship is, say, in this direction on the map, and the gravity well is here.
Would you like a visual indicator for the gravity well?
Yeah.
Allow me to provide in a second, then carry on.
Either which way, if we are shooting at the gravity well, we're going to have to turn our back to the ship, and what Bob said anyway, flanking is dangerous for this vessel.
Not that Aegis would really care about the Commodore things, but I'm guessing the Commodore doesn't want his ship.
The Commodore also knows this ship the best out of everyone. Just saying. Out of everyone here, he's the one who can answer a lot of these questions.
Him to weigh in on some of these things? I know he's not here.
I know, but I can speak for Kaleem at least.
Well,
what would you ask?
I want to hear what the Commodore has to say.
Gasps go around the room.
Yeah, I know.
The Commodore just... Finally!
Oh man.
My time to shine. Here
That's
is your
actually what I
gravity
said.
well, gentlemen. I hope you can see that well enough. Well enough.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
There is your gravity well. What would you ask of the Commodore?
I mean, that's literally what I would say. For once, I want to hear what the Commodore has to say, and I would turn to him.
How may I answer your questions? This is a delicate matter. My ship is not without claws, you understand.
What is its capabilities? Does it typically have a shield? How fast is it? Is it moving faster than it normally does right now?
We do not possess your void shields of your kin. However, we are fast. Our species has always prided itself upon maneuverability and speed. If we give it the chance to run, it will fly like a jackalope in heat. Like a jackalope with hell at its heels. It is quicker than you, it is faster than you, but it cannot outgun you. I'm trying my best, dude. Okay, I'll just talk normally.
Huh?
Just trying my best to give people a bit of personality and yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
But carry on.
Yeah, what? And what would be the odds of this thing if we were to pull it within that gravity well to keep it still?
It might evade the shot entirely.
And if we led it to what was left of Avalos?
It is only so quick, and gravity is a strong, powerful force. There is a chance that it would work, if you can catch it.
And boarding it?
As simple as stopping it moving.
Do we have boarding pods?
Yeah, you would have shuttles, Arva's lighters, stuff like that. You won't have boarding pods in the sense of like a Astartes standard. But Ambrose would definitely.
Ambrose just sneezes. Don't doubt the equipment of my vessel.
Ambrose would definitely know that like you have the capabilities to perform a boarding action. But we're not talking high grade, we're talking like guard grade, you know? Still good, by all means, but not.
I was gonna say, are the boarding craft like relative in speed to the ship? Are they slower, faster?
Slower than you, and certainly slower than your opponent.
So yeah, we can't really use those to try to catch up to it.
We can attempt to goad it into going near what's left of Avalos, and then we take up the idea of trapping it within a sort of a stronger gravity well. Then, if we can catch up to it, we then board it.
I feel like if we're noticing the gravity well, wouldn't it also know? Like, obviously that's
Potentially. It's hard to tell. You're watching a blip on a map. It's moving erratically, and it's moving in response to your movements. So it's hard to gauge, you know?
Yeah.
The difference being that despite the fact that it knows of the gravity well, we're the ones leading this chase. If we move in such a manner where it has to go into that direction, then we could lead it into said gravity well. Which is what they wouldn't be expecting is for us to double up on it.
Can't make any promises. Sorry. Needs to be a plan. I can see it on the map. It's up to you guys.
Maybe we can use the gun to sort of corral it. Like if it has to make turns and constantly lose its momentum because it's trying to avoid going into
We can fire the gun ahead of it, so it has to turn around.
Yeah, something like that, maybe? Cut off its retreat?
It's doable.
Even possible?
Just remember, your gun, slow. It will fire more than once, but it's not going to fire often. What do you want to do, Tim?
Okay, I think that chaos is fair and reasonable, despite the fact Loyalist campaign. D20. Odds, we fire at the planet. Evens, we fire ahead of the ship. Fair?
Okay.
George?
I don't know. I don't like leaving that just up to chance.
Well,
Because-
yeah. Well, this one's on the Emperor. He's gonna flip the coin for us. You know, we're just the apparatus.
Emperor's got my back.
We're
The Emperor protects.
Do a decision that what concern.
I should mention as well, as a potential option. Oh no, they don't have it. Carry on. I thought the Custodians for a second might have the Aurum Edictum, but they don't. They have that was taken by Constantine and the others.
And there's no way to battle against this psychic shielding, is there?
You could try and overwhelm it if you wanted to.
I can give it my best shot.
It will be an opposed check, and I'll roll privately, but you can try.
Are there others on the ship that could help you?
I don't think. I don't mean to flex. I don't think there's anyone on the same psychic level.
You left the Farseer behind. Yeah, I'll set you a DN. This should be invisible to you.
Yes.
Good. That will be a DN 16 psychic check.
Ooh, I don't think I'm making that.
It rolled 16 successes, 8 failures with 5 possible shifts.
Ouch.
To glory.
It's possible. I will say it's possible. But that's the DM.
Nah, I'll save the glory for so Thrall's gonna make this attempt to try and see part the veil, but
Okay.
if that doesn't work.
You are met by this wall of nothing. This absolute denial of psionic interest. I'm afraid of only 4 successes. It's like being stood against a wall of total obsidian. There is nothing for you here.
Ooh.
Made the attempt.
Gotta respect it.
There's nothing for me here.
Alright. So, what would you like to do, team?
Ambrose will cut the initiative and unless anyone has a particular objection, fire ahead of the projected ship's trajectory.
Alright. I'm going to need a who would like to roll the ballistic skill check? I'm going to hide the DN.
Not it.
Right.
I mean, I've got some natural ability and some trained ability, but that's not much.
Yeah, I've got the average Astarte shooting.
Nothing to smirk at.
I don't know if it's a metagame to listen to the exact amount, but
Gently's got slightly better
Who's
shooting.
taking the shot?
Ambrose has 12.
It's decent.
that is certainly higher than me.
Monteo could take it.
For this. As you say, could Gently give the help action.
I'll allow Gently to give the help action. Absolute mad lad that he is.
He goes up to whoever shows I'll show you how we train cadets doing this. Adds for 5 to the dice pool.
Nice. Extra 5.
I will show you how the Imperial Guard ship Dreads here. Fire. And sorry.
So just roll me a flat ballistic skill. I just need to see the... Technically, it's a template weapon, so it's DN3 to get it where you want it to go.
So DN0 or DN3?
So it's DN3 because that's how scatter weapons work. What I want to know is where do you think the ship is? I want you to ping on the map so I can set up a...
Well, where was the last ping of the ship?
I'll show you. Hang on. You guys started here. The ship was here. It appears to be doing this. So you guys started like, if I change the color, you've done this. Make sense? So you've got to try and guess where it's gone. Because it's like a radar ping, right? It's popping up every couple of seconds.
So I would predict here that we place fire, that we fire the cannon at.
Okay.
Actually, no. Do apologize. I would say probably here. So it's
like diagonal. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's caught between that gravity well and this one. So it has
Okay.
no choice but to either go this, like, for example, this way or directly into the gravity well.
Was this just the effect of you showing us, or is this where the gravity well is?
That is the gravity well. That was the point of the effect, to demonstrate it.
Okay. And that would also be the size of our...
No, yours is a bit
Gravity
smaller.
well.
There's yours.
Fair enough.
Which is still huge in terms of, like, that's hundreds of meters across, like space-time. But obviously, we're on a different scale when it comes to space battles.
How do you, like, ping? I guess you can see where, like, the mouse is, right?
I can see your mouse,
like-
yeah.
I would feel like maybe here.
Okay. Well,
'Cause we wanna like get it. We wanna shoot it to where it can't dodge left, has to dodge right.
okay. Are we happy with this final positioning?
What do you think? Maybe a little bit down, like so and maybe it's slightly to the left, so it has to.
You got
Dodge right.
We don't need to hit it. We just need to.
Corral it.
Yeah, we scare it to the right.
So
I
what do you
guess it's
reckon?
space,
Last
so
call.
in theory, it could go up. Or down.
Assume that it's a sphere. It's not 2D. I wouldn't cheat you like that.
Yeah, I know. It's just the space, or I guess the
Yeah.
ship could dodge up or down.
What do you reckon?
I think there might be better, all things considered. I can't think of anywhere else properly where to put it.
I just think a hair to the down a tiny bit and a hair to the left to guarantee that it goes right.
What do you reckon, Liam? It's your shot.
So ping where you suggested, Brian and George.
I'm thinking the center is like here, just ever so slightly down and to the left. Yeah. Just to scare it to the right for sure.
I'm satisfied with that.
Okay. I'm going to make some little rolls behind the scenes here. One moment.
Okay.
60s. Just rolled a maneuverability check and it rolled flat ones.
It wouldn't be it's like, and the ship's destroyed.
So,
Fuck!
Where would he go?
you hear fire, fire, fire the Nova cannon! Down in the decks of this vessel, the thousands of slaves load a single Novo shell into the cannonade. There's a blaring blast of fire, and a bolt of lightning stretches across the cosmos, burning incandescent in the night sky. It hits, and where it hits, there's a singular point of green. A shard just and it rippled and a ball of lightning expands from that shard. And it breaks against something that you can't see, like water around a rock. What was funny to me in all this is the first place Liam pinged was a direct hit.
Oh, God. Wow, I don't...
You've clipped it on its rear engines. The ship screams, and a ripple shatters out of the ship. I need all of you to roll, I would say dexterity saving throws, athletics checks to dive underneath this ripple as an actual blade of warp energy, like a Green Lantern construct, cuts through the void.
Any particular DN?
DN's just going to be 3 because it's an AoE. Anyone pass? Anyone fail? What we got?
Passed. I think we all passed.
Yes.
This blade flies across the deck of your ship. A crewman who isn't as quick as the rest of you holds up his hand and goes, and you see it passes through him, and as he twists in slow motion, his body ripples and he turns to crystal. Transparent white opal crystal. Cogitators spark and detonate. But you are alive.
And visible within real space, I assume?
And it is now visible within real space, yes.
Ambrose would quickly cut across and say, "Scan that vessel and bring me everything on its current defenses."
A few people manage to climb. You see one of your deckhands, one of the sort of communications officers, who sort of fell. You can see that his left arm has turned completely into a crystal spiny growth that goes from his wrist all the way up to his shoulder, and he slumps against his console with a clunk of stone, and he starts manning his console, and he... "No defenses, sir. Whole thing looks like a bloody wreck that's moving somehow. The engines aren't even on, sir. It's being piloted by... well, whatever's on it, sir. Pushing it, sir. It's a derelict."
It's almost like a space Hulk.
Essentially, the creature on it, or whatever is piloting this thing, is what's moving it. It is physically moving it with sheer psionic power. It doesn't know how to turn this thing on, how to command it or control it.
But is it currently stuck? Do we have a chance to try to catch
I need each of you to roll me either insight, psychic mastery, or if you're feeling lucky for better results, a flat luck check.
Do you feel lucky, punk?
I'll roll psychic mastery.
Got a lovely
Looks like a d20.
Luck is just a d20 and you hope to get a high roll. It's whether you're feeling confident in that versus your stats. Oh, nearly a 20 there, Brian. Fair play to you.
You know, something I've always wondered is, I know it's online, but I wonder if the visual of the dice rolling is actually close to the number generation.
It probably is. Yeah, it probably is. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Okay. 2 good luck checks and a pass psychic mastery. Looking, have you seen to space above and beyond? I'm afraid I haven't seen that, but that sounds awesome, Novo. You can see that it is pulling away from your sort of auto-generated black hole. It is beginning to pull away, but it has been incredibly slowed. It's essentially in quicksand, if that makes sense. So it is having it is going to try and escape, but currently it is not able to. You've got the advantage in this moment.
How long does our Nova Cannon gravity well last?
I'll say that if you the gravity well, technically permanently. Welcome to weapons of mass destruction in 40k. You have just created a minute black hole in space. That is what the fucking Nova Cannon does in lore. Like,
yeah, we do what we must.
God, don't tell the United States.
Jesus. Well said.
We need a few of those.
We heard Katakan has oil.
The defense budget is gonna go crazy with this.
You wouldn't steal a car. So what are you gonna do, team?
I think we have the luxury to kind of take our time and go around, right? Safely.
Ambrose would step forward, say, there is no point in dallying around a point of advantage. I'd say we directly board it.
Are we able to safely?
Starting.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if he knows more about, like, if we're able to go do this well and be unaffected by it.
Hard to say if you'll be unaffected, but you can certainly do it. We down for a boarding action?
Trust people who have more experience than this to me.
I think you're technically except for Ryan, maybe the most experienced Astartes on the ship.
When it comes to boarding, yeah, but
fair.
Not for the space maneuvers.
Yeah, fair.
Last time Ryan did a boarding action, that was on the Abyssal Maw.
Yeah, Omnus got released, yeah. Okay, so moving out across the darkness of space, you turn like a shoal of fish, like a shark descending upon a shoal of fish. Arbus lighters stretch out across the void. I need to know who is going. Obviously,
I'm so going.
It's fair to say Sin Erie's going to be on that.
Cadigan's catered towards dealing with demons. He would go.
Cadigan.
Cadigan's going. Brawl will be going.
I would definitely want to go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no excuse for you, Brian. You've only got the one character. It's you gotta respect that about a guy.
I didn't know if it was an option to stay on the ship.
I mean, you can miss the next couple of sessions if you want, but it'll suck. Like, I'll miss you, honestly. As he sort of goes, Sin grabs the Commodore and goes, I'll be right behind you, Karen. And shoves him in the other slicer. Okay, that'll be everyone, I think.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else has like an interest in going, do they?
No. You can take any number of NPCs you want, just remember the risks involved.
Gently and Ripley. No, I don't think there's. I can't think anyone who actually would want to save the Commodore ship. In this instance.
Okay. So, Arbus lighters break across the void, descending upon the ship. Like I say, there is no defense, no dark lances sally forth to meet you, no guns flare in response. Just an awful, eerie silence. And just as you start to get closer, this sense of being watched deepens. This sense of something unnatural continues to elude you. You can't quite put your finger on it, but it's something that you can taste. And as you get closer, I'd like each of you to make a psychic mastery check. The DN is going to be free. Pass for Catagan. A pass for Thrall. I've got 2 Thralls.
I don't know why you have 2 thralls.
The previous one was a psychic mastery for the whole gravity well thing.
Got you. Brian, psychic mastery check? I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I can make a will check essentially, but
I'm afraid it needs to be psychic mastery. I have to insist.
If either of you two motherfuckers have points in psychic mastery, I'm growing concerned. Which one of these touched my Zinch?
I think you'd have to get permission to even put a rank into it, basically.
No, you can't if you're not a psyker.
Yeah.
So, Catagan, Thrall, you feel something begin to touch your mind. Something grazes your thoughts, and immediately your training kicks in. You isolate. You deny. Still there. You clench your mind against it, but it's there. It's waiting. Aegis, whatever this thing is, recoils away from you. It twists against your mind and shivers in disgust. A slight side effect of Omnus in your system. However, Catagan, as you approach, you taste bitter iron on your lips. You smell ozone and blood. And you don't so much hear a voice as interpret your own thoughts as they are given to you. This is a suicide mission. You won't survive. Run, little man. Run while this still gives you the chance. Run and you might get to survive. You might get to live. You might get to see another day. But if you keep coming this way, if you keep pretending like you have a chance, as good as dead. Worse than dead. You'll be enslaved in perfect crystal.
Who dares invade my head?
There's no response. Whatever this thing is, it is more powerful than you, it is older than you, it is greater than you, it is your lord and your master. And Catagan, I need you to make a willpower check, please. The DN is going to be 6.
Oh dear. Would anyone object if I took 2 glory out of this?
Yes. No, you're fine.
Go for it.
We got.
Go for
You pass?
8 successes with a complication.
On the complication, your eyes turn black as something waits and watches and is looking at you, and it knows your name, Catagan von Altschmerzer. You must serve him. Serve him. Serve him. But you resist. You deny. Your will is your own. None command Inquisitor Catagan. For now.
The only leaving thought that Catagan would have, the only servitude that I will have would placing my blade between its eyes.
The black
That will
sun
serve the
perceives
Emperor.
all and sees nothing. Fool, you see this wave of psychic energy shatter across your Arbus lighter. The engines begin to crystalline, turning into opal, into citrine and diams. This is obscene psychic potential. A form of psychic power you've never encountered.
Would it be fair to say that, like, this is it equal to, like, say, if I was to be put in front of a Lord of Change or something comparable? Something
This is equal to fighting 9 Lords of Change.
Yikes.
This is comparable to Chaos Fateweaver or a champion. This thing puts to shame the greatest descendants of the Dark Gods that you've ever heard of.
And do any of, like, the wards on my Aegis Terminator armor actually kind of flare up or react?
So that's why I'm not attempting to dominate power against you. Because they flare and ignite with flames. And you are able to restrain yourself. As you continue to approach the ship, another wave of white light flares out. Crystal and hoarfrost crackles across the interior of the ship. Until eventually you dock. As the loading ramp descends, you're expecting combat. You move out, guns ready, swords active. But you are met by total silence. What do you want to do? Well, actually, I'll describe the room to you slightly first. The room you enter into is a loading bay, essentially, for shuttles, hemlock fighters, stuff like that, right? Small-time stuff. In this room, there are what look to be stalagmites of crystal erupting out of the ground in all sorts of jagged and twisted shapes. There are ships, Drakari vessels, that are now turned to glass and crystalline sort of formations, like they've naturally grown. The walls themselves have veins of rock running through them that are faintly pulsing with an inert nether light. Now, there are a number of options to leave this hangar. You can investigate the hangar if you wish. Like I say, there's a number of things in here. Or you can follow the clear signs of the cause of these growths. The veins all lead in the same direction, right? Towards what's called the haunt, essentially the heart of the ship. Or you can search for the Shrine of Cain. What's it going to be?
I'd kind of suggest looking for the Shrine of Cain for a start. If it is going to help us beat a demon,
You can summon an avatar if you want. Bold.
Oh, Sin Eerie will be using it.
At some point, inevitably.
When it was talking about worshipping him, did we ever find out who him was?
Nope.
Him is me.
He is him.
Don't you start, Jackie Chan.
I am him.
Like I say, you can investigate the room, you can follow the objectives, you can chat to NPCs, it's whatever you need. This is classic D&D dungeon crawl style.
This is on the Gilded Claw, right? We're not.
You are now on the Guild. You are boarded the Gilded Claw, yes.
Right, Sineri. Let's find this shrine of yours.
Aye. Sin sort of steps forward, holding on to his cutlass. This is damnable. What's been done to my ship? He sort of starts to crunch through the crystal that covers the floor. What have they done to you, my beauty? What have they done? Don't touch the crystal if you can avoid it. It ain't dead. You can, like I say, it's kind of up to you guys what you do. It's you'll get out as much as you put in, like investigation-wise, stuff like that.
Yeah, so we're all kind of like looking to Aegis to kind of get like, let's just not waste too much time. I would like to see what kind of warp interference this is, what manner of creature we could be facing.
And I would put it forward that one time attempting at dominating an individual's mind, it would be churlish to assume it will not try again.
Thankfully, unlike yourself, Callaghan, I wear an armor that protects me through various wards and aegises.
Looks over, huh?
Unfortunately, my strength will only extend so far. Luck and the Emperor's grace, such a disgusting environment churned by a demon, may not find us.
I'm not certain that it is a demon, but it is something of the warp. That much I know.
What do you mean, Psyker? It must be a demon. What else could it be?
In the best case scenario, it is a demon that I would be capable of fighting. However, this is not of the usual four. It didn't quite make sense at first. I first thought it was that of the trickster, but just on the nature of the crystals and the fascination it seems to have, such...
Fascination.
Right.
Echoes around the room.
But the way you've described it, it is not of that ilk.
I don't know. But I will admit, I'm scared, boys.
That's right, we should be. Whatever this thing's psychic potential is, it seems more powerful than even multiple Lords of Change.
But contained. It hid for a reason.
True. And if it is scared to leave, it means there has something to lose.
Aye.
It's life or otherwise.
I like how you think, Knight. Let's find this thing's sore spot. And he begins to move off down towards where he remembers the shrine being.
Commodore, best you kept yourself composed.
I will keep myself composed. Have no fear of that. Like I say, my blade and blood are yours. That does not make this any easier, however, I am discovering.
This is something that you both will need to be working together on. Any anomalies to the ship outside of the obvious, something distinct, you will need to point it out.
I still think working with this man is a mistake. But I understand.
Working with this man has the result of getting your ship back to what you wanted.
My ship. And you see the Commodore is moving around the docking bay. My ship has been destroyed. Ruined. It will take so long to bring it back, Good God, Orc!
What?
What?
Carol, come hither, companions! And you can see he's looking at one of these stalagmites that's emerging from the ground. And as you approach, you can see that, like, it is stone, it is crystal, but inside it, like frozen in ice, but opal and gemstones, emerald and citrine and sapphire, you can see an orc inside the stone. And the reason it's grown in such a strange way is because the orc was reaching out as it froze.
Does
Lord.
this orc look like Aurak?
Far too small.
Oh, okay.
It's about the size of an orc boy. Aurak is war boss size. But I will say, you do not believe this orc belongs to Aurak's crew or anything. It is clearly a freebooter, but it does not have any imperial markings that Aurak obviously always made himself very clear to wear. You know, the man had the fucking Aquila tattooed on his face. So there was no doubt.
I have a slight theory as to what's going on, but nothing.
Message me, I'm genuinely fascinated.
Yeah, sure. In the meantime, though, Thrall make sure to stick by the fucking Sin Eerie. Just make sure he's not wandering off on his own.
No, Sin is being very careful.
Before we do, I'm just going to perform a slight off-the-cuff experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Just grabbing a bit of debris off the floor. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just like
Okay.
a piece of metal or anything else. Cadogan would, not strongly, just throw it at the crystal and see what would happen. Whether the crystal eats the metal or not.
It hits the crystal and ping, clings off and falls to the floor.
Perfect. In which case, Cadogan would just declare, although these are frozen, I have no wish for any warp trickery involved. And he would take out Scarbrand's trolley and stab it at the orc interred within the crystal.
You stab into the crystal. Blood drips along the sword. The ship shudders. You enter my skin. The crystal shatters and the orc reaches up, its eyes drip black oil down its face, and it grabs you by the face, Cadogan, and claws 2 withers of blood down your face, tearing scars like Wolverine claws into your cheek and eyes.
Could I have Thrall intervene, like, to fucking, like, flatfoot this thing and
The cosmetic injury will stay. For the sake of cosmetic injury. But at that moment, Thrall, you feel a wave of psychic power ripple, and I need you all to make athletics checks again for me.
Diane?
DN free. Nothing too crazy. Ooh,
I hope you liked my guess, Bob.
you weren't far off. Did you guys want to bring Reed?
Yeah.
And Grimly? I've got on the map already. I have Custodians, Grimly, Reed, people like that.
That's just a personal perspective on mine.
Can do, but it is risky on the overall, because you gotta think that Reed is like our HQ, you know? So I wouldn't be opposed, but as long as people acknowledge that, like, there's a risk in that, especially with psychers.
What about, what's the word I'm looking for? What about, the Custodians?
What about Calliope?
You could run Calliope?
With the, anathema.
You can run Calliope, certainly.
Do we have communications with the Dreadspear still?
You do.
I I want to. Is it possible to get an update of the one Voidsman who had his arm?
Yeah, so there was more than just the one. There were several members of the crew, like people who didn't duck quickly enough, who begun turning to crystal, basically.
Yeah, I would want to know like their updates on their condition, because if it starts like spreading or something, right? Like if it's possible every once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. You sort of check in, and you hear, this is Voidsman Yuri Usara. Arm is being checked by the Medicae. It appears to have completely turned to crystal. We're checking your logs. I am suffering no psychic distress and no attempt to dominate me. Of course, if I had been dominated, I'd say that, but... And you hear like a shattering noise. We will find you an augmetic. They've shattered his arm, like broken the crystal.
That's our beta row.
Yeah, that is beta row in the background.
Nevertheless, I would suggest that all crew members affected by this event be quarantined.
Okay, as you say that, sword driven through this orc, it grabs you, claws down your face. Where's the water angels? And it staggers back, dragging your sword out of itself. Its eyes burst into flames, and shattering noises erupt all around you as the crystals detonate. Of man.
I knew it. I knew crystal zombies when I heard it.
Grimly's not with you, I assume. Did you bring the custodians?
I was going to ask if it would be too meta of me to ask to bring Ambrose.
I'd rather each of you had only one character. Plus, Ambrose needs to command and control his ship. If that, you know what I mean?
I think it's worth bringing, like, if the custodians would want to come with us, bring one.
Okay, who would you like, Apollo or Ahmed?
Ahmed, because that's like your one, so
sure.
It's easiest for you.
Cool. Creatures shatter from all around you, breaking, twisting, and snarling. Oh shit, pressed the wrong button. No stream. Stream not having good day. There we go. Right. I did set this up in a way that was already made, so I'm just going to make the token bigger.
I know, let's make it bigger!
Let's make it bigger!
Hello, Compendium.
Hello.
Hello, Mario.
1 second. So, the room around you erupts as these crystalline formations shatter and break. Orcs lumber out of them with shards digging in. We just wanted and they begin to lumber forwards. You hear from across the room, "Serve him! Serve him! Serve him!" Skittering across the ceiling. Have you guys ever seen the old BBC show? I think it was ITV actually. It was always 1 week on, 1 week off with Doctor Who. Called Primeval.
Yeah, boy.
I'm a big Primeval fan. I grew up watching that shit. Do you remember what the future Predator looked like? The one that evolved from bats. These fickle, thin creatures scuttle across the ceiling before dropping to the ground. Singular eyes twisting, mouths filled with jagged crystalline spines. And while they don't speak any language you understand, you hear in a sing-song voice, "Serve him, serve him, serve him. And we are going into combat. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
Fucking rude.
Sound good?
No.
Oh,
This week.
okay.
This is Kanathi.
Alright. In that case, before we do go into a full initiative with other stuff on this map that's also hidden, haha, we will pick this up next week. You will learn to serve him. We have been Tattletale's RPG, where the table may be virtual, but I like to think it always comes with a surprise. Thank you so much for watching and joining. We will be back on Monday with Star Wars The Golden Chalice, the first of the Chains of Edena plotline, followed hopefully by Tuesday, and the first episode of The Flight of the Geldington, the first premiere game set within the Memories of Mensolum RPG. Don't miss it, because genuinely very excited for that. That goes for players as well. Irregardless, I am fucking excited for this. This little side quest is one I've been really looking forward to. So, we'll head out. Bye for now.
Finally, it has come. That which we feared most. You told me a long time ago, old friend, one must always leave one's mark upon a plan. Without a signature, a plan is meaningless. One must devote oneself to it. Utterly. With total conviction. I have lain my hand upon this plan, this terminus decree, this fail-safe